Leo. I'm Ronique and welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to your mid-January through mid-February career tarot reading. This is where we're going to look at your job, your finances. If you're looking to level up this year, or you're looking to leave a current job or career, possibly you're ready to break out on your own, this is the energy you want to be looking at. Now, I will tell you, we've already had quite a bit of energy in late December and into January. Please take a look at those career readings as well. I will leave a link below. But here in mid-January into mid-February, we will have the nodes changing signs for 18 months in the signs of Pisces and Virgo. We will have the Sun conjunct Pluto in Aquarius, as well as Mercury conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. Remember, we haven't felt this energy before because Pluto has not been in this part of the sky in our lives. So this is a big time for everyone. We have a lunar new year of the snake, as well as Uranus will move direct in Taurus, and we will also have Jupiter move direct in Gemini. So that's a lot going on, right, Leo? Not to mention Mars will re-enter you all sign here in the spring. So you all are going through some transformation. So let's get right to it. Okay, so mid-January, Two of Swords, as well as the Ten of Pentacles. Beautiful energy there, Leo. Last week of the month finds you with the Three of Cups at the end of January, and the Justice card, Libra energy there. Major Arcana in the upright. Moving into the month of February, you have the Eight of Swords in the reverse, as well as the Page of Wands. And mid-February finds you with the Ace of Wands in the reverse. And lastly, the High Priestess, Major Arcana. So lots going on with you all, Leo. Nice to see so many really positive cards here. You really don't have any cards here that are of kind of like of an alarm. To me, it looks like there definitely is some positive family conversations about money, and it looks like something could be going in your favor by the time you're moving into February. So that's beautiful to see. Let's pull all your cards, Leo. Spirit, if you can send my Leos a card representing the energy that they bring into mid-January to mid-February. Look at that. Nine of Pentacles, and you can see her in her garden with all of her beautiful sunflowers. Sunflowers are that energy of birth, vivaciousness, life. I do think that that Nine of Pentacles is you basking in the glow of all of your accomplishments, which is beautiful to see. And I was telling you already that looking through your cards, you have a really beautiful spread here because you have a lot of energy around working through something, and then by time you get to the end of this cycle, you're like coming into your own. So I love seeing that. So let's pull one last card. Spirit, if you can send my Leos an oracle message for their career mid-January through mid-February. And you have the Seven of Earth. Beautiful. And I just did Cancer's reading as well, and they had the Eight of Earth. So if you have any placements in Cancer, make sure and watch their video as well. But yours says, seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry. And I do think for many of you all, this has been past few months out of 2024 could have been stressful for you, especially when Mars was in your sign. I do think you all were having to take some direct action in places that maybe you weren't ready to, but Spirit was like kind of forcing you into it. And I do think that you're now coming into this space where you're like not quite as stressed, not feeling like you have to be going all the time. And I actually think Mars in Cancer is giving you all a little reprieve, but it's also nice to see here that this says a temporary pause in action, and you don't have to worry, like unnecessary worry. I think that's what this is pointing to right there with that Eight of Swords in reverse. No longer having to stress. And I love how this tree has all of this abundance on it, which is reminding me of the Nine of Pentacles with all the abundance that she has in her yard or where she is in a meadow. But it's beautiful to see all this abundance. So Leo, nice reading already. All right, so let's see how the energy of the astrology also connects with you and your card. So we are going to start off this reading around January 19th. This is when we have the sun entering Aquarius. Now this is a really big time because we will also have Pluto, which has not been in this space in our lives. So this is many of us having really huge awakenings here during this Aquarius and Pluto time. And I do think the sun entering Aquarius on the 19th, the sun conjunct Pluto in Aquarius on the 21st, this is going to be karmic events happening, possibly cleansing of old patterns. I do think you will have some kind of decision here to make mid-January, and I think it's going to affect your family. I do think you and your spouse, or possibly you and some colleagues, or you and family members, you all are having conversations either about an inheritance, possibly your spouse or you get a new job, or are thinking about new possibilities and extra money coming in. I do think that this conversation is one around how can we bring in more money, possibly to put away for savings or vacation. But there's somewhere here that a decision is needing to be made. And I do think by the time you get to the 27th of January, when Mercury enters Aquarius, I do think these conversations get a lot easier, and you're not really so blindly making these decisions. You're actually having information coming in that actually support your decision, which I think is really important, Leo. And I do think that this is going to be interesting for you and all of the other fixed signs, because this Aquarius energy is going to affect you for like the next 20 years, okay? Okay, so let's move on to latter part of January. So Three of Cups in reverse, Justice card, Libra energy. I do think that it will be interesting to see how this manifests for you, because we do have an Aquarius new moon on the 29th of January. It also is the beginning of the lunar new year of the wood snake. And we will also have Mercury conjunct Pluto in Aquarius on the 29th, and then Uranus direct in Taurus on the 30th. I do think during this time, many of us are going to have out of the blue experiences around work. I do think that this Justice card, something is coming in your favor, Leo. I do think that everyone around you may not see it that way. This could be colleagues, this could be family, something comes in your favor, or there's some kind of relationship conversations going on here that you are blessed with some really good news, but it feels like others around you aren't as happy as you are. So just pay attention to relationship dynamics as you come out of January. I think that Uranus direct in Taurus is going to be something you weren't even expecting. So this could be some really good financial news coming in. You never know. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out for you, Leo. Now, by the time we are moving into February, we have a really positive day for career here on February 3rd. We have Mercury in Aquarius, trining Jupiter in Gemini. So this is optimism, open-minded conversations, possibly with clients, with your boss. Something or someone comes to you with a great idea during this first week of February. Many of you all are no longer worried about what was stressing you in the past. I think the Seven of Earth was pointing to unnecessary worry, and that Eight of Swords in reverse is suggesting no longer worrying about whether someone's going to come to you with an offer, or possibly come to you with some ideas. This is free-flowing conversations, really welcomed energy here in the beginning of February. And I do think that Venus conjunct the North Node in Pisces also on the 3rd. This could be very intuitive, so really pay attention to your dreams, meditate. I do think by the time we get to the 4th with Jupiter direct in Gemini, and then Venus entering Aries, that's going to be a whole different energy. And I do think that that Page of Wands is pointing to some kind of conversations going your way by the time you're entering mid-February. Now, I do think that this Ace of Wands in reverse is paired up with this Page of Wands. And I think that there is something here around you either getting an offer, you getting some kind of hunch that there's a employment opportunity coming up. I do think by the time you get to February 10th, when we have Mercury in Aquarius squaring Uranus in Taurus, be careful with like mental nervousness or, you just going off on things that you're not really sure about. I think the Sun in Aquarius squaring Uranus in Taurus is going to be unexpected money news by the time you get to the 11th. And I do think that this High Priestess is suggesting that you have more insight than you think you do. Either you are having dreams about someone or something. I do think this Ace of Wands in reverse and Page of Wands, something could be coming for you that you don't even realize is good for you. I just heard there could be layoffs at your company, but you are actually possibly one of the people who are left and you get a promotion, or vice versa. Unfortunately, you lose this job, but then something else comes in. There's something here that's kind of like unexpected. And it feels like this High Priestess is going to have you tap into her energy so you can be calm through this situation. And I do think by the time we get to that Leo full moon, that is when a lot of this is going to come into some type of realization. And it feels like this Seven of Earth, seeds well planted. I do think by the time you get to that Leo full moon on the 12th and Mercury entering Pisces on the 14th, much of this is going to start fruitioning. Seeds that you planted at the end of 2024 are going to start coming to fruition. So I'm glad to see that for you, Leo. All right, you all. Well, it looks like a pretty positive time here from mid-January through mid-February. Make sure you're paying attention to your intuition during this time, Leo. I hope this was helpful for you. Take a look at your sun, moon, and rising signs in this video series, and I'll talk to you later.